Welcome to this channel. So today I get a message from a Wing Chun friend, and he told me that he found a mistake in the restricting Wing Chun. And so I asked him, no, so what it is? No, of course, if there's a mistake, I like to correct it, right? And he told me that according to the writing in the book and the figure 2.8 AC is not the groin protection as mentioned in the book. The figure which is for groin protection is figure 2.8 AA. So I look into this. And here is 2.8 AA, which he said that this is for groin protection. And this is the 2.8 AC, which is the book say that this is a groin protection. Well, so I told him that if you read Chinese, here it tells you this is called a drunken steps. Okay, this is in the Shaolin, from Shaolin Sword Strike Classic, drunken steps. This is lateral momentum. Over here, it tells you that this is to seal off your groin techniques, which is the groin protection. So what the book presents is as it. That is nothing wrong there. Well, he cannot take it. So I tell him, if you want to read book like Restricting Wing Chun and all my books, you need to think that this is a technical book. This is not a fiction. This is not a novel or some literature. If you think whatever the book I wrote is like a novel or literature, you will not be able to understand it because you're going to use your mind to prejudge stuff according to you or your expectation. And it is a disaster. So, the same thing such as many friends told me, well, Hendrik, if you want to talk about science, you have to be proven this, proven that. Well, let me share with you. Like for example, here, this is a page 115. You have chunks of the 1850s Lim Tao writing. If we're going to translate that with the Chinese words, or Google Translate, or even translate it with all kinds of AI and so forth, I guarantee nobody will know what the heck it is. But if we use the scientific language, such as here, okay, I read you. The following lines in the Wing Chun Classic are examples of multi-directional strength handling, which involve both large muscle groups and stabilizer muscle. Everybody will know what is a larger muscle group and stabilizer muscle. Everybody will know what is a multi-directional force or strength handling, right? So reading books where I map things, I'm using today's scientific language to describe what it is. One must not thinking on those going basic to the very basic to the science, try to prove that this thing is scientific or what. You don't need to prove scientific like in the really fundamental science. Go to sports science, you know that. The Chinese call it the rattle and the direct force combination, all those kind of stuff. It is a multi-directional force handling which involved in the major muscle group and destabilizes the muscle. But if one thinking, hey, you talk about science, science has to be proof all this ancient Chinese is doing this scientific way, that scientific way, then it is missing the point. Well, human is human. It disregard of it is the human in 450 years ago or human today. In China, 1850, you will say that this is the lateral force with the direct force handling. Well, who the world know today if I tell you that this is a lateral force and direct force handling? But if today I tell everybody who know the science, the sports science, say, well, you know what? What this means is a multi-directional force handling which is based on the major muscle group and stabilizer muscle. Then everybody know right away, oh, it's just doing this. Case closed, right? And also the same thing is like in all these techniques here, like the footwork and so forth here. For example, this momentum handling stuff, the functional training. Well, we need to know what is it. You want to develop that functional training, that momentum handling. Okay, so like the figure I show you, we need to know the functional training, and the best way to know is instead of sitting down there thinking, this is not right, Wing Chun don't do this, go down to the floor and follow the instruction. You walk in and then you see the momentum. So all this example today I share with you is one will not learn anything if one using this one's mindset reading things where one really do not know what it is in the first place. So this is a problem today in Chinese martial arts and in Wing Chun. It is a problem because one have their mindset built up and thinking this is the proper, this is the reference, and I know enough. And then using those type of mentality, expectation, assumption, reading things. So that is like wearing a sunglasses and looking out saying, how come all this thing is dark? And then you will end up not reading everything. So I'm sharing with you this today is because it is a serious problem with the Chinese culture in martial art now. It is extremely serious. It is a crisis, and the entire thing, traditional Chinese martial art, can get wiped out. If in the East, in Asia, people who want to expose traditional Chinese martial art dig out everything, and in the West, people keeping using their mindsets where they don't understand what the ancient Chinese do to judge things, want things to go their own way. As in the restricting Wing Chun, I prove to you for past 80 years, There's so many scholars, right? But how come they never talk about momentum? How come they never talk about the recycling momentum? How come it's only all these techniques, you get two people stand there and doing techniques and have no idea on this recycling momentum, which is end up that it doesn't work. And also, how come is there are many Wing Chun friends right now trying the Red Boat training band, just hop into that for 5 minutes and say, shoot, the structure doesn't work. Putting my weight behind on my back leg doesn't work. So the issue is this. The issue is that this is what the ancient Chinese talking about. In the West, many of us thinking, well, I want it this way. And in the Asia, now we say that, oh, everything is wrong. Every Chinese martial art stuff is fake. Well, nobody is going to know what it is, right? So it is very important, like reading a physics books or mathematics books or engineering books. Instead of thinking, oh, I know this, you critique right away, you say this is wrong, this is right, and so forth, with your mentality or mindset. And the end of that, we miss the entire thing. This is a serious problem. I hope that we know this and changes, okay? Well, this is just exactly what the Zen is saying. Clean your cup before you want to drink the new tea. I'm not saying that restricting Wing Chun do not have mistake. There must be mistake there because I'm just a mortal, okay? I'm just a human. But if one read the book, Restricting Wing Chun, with their own mindset, without clean the cup before drink the tea, one will never see the goal there. While there are so many friends today who have practiced the Red Boat training band based on this book on recycling momentum and so forth, they be able, just for past 1 month or so, doing this and be able to really scan people, whether this is proper, that is proper, or not according to the momentum and so forth. So this is to share with you, be careful. Again, I don't want to put people down. The reason I raised this tonight or today is because this is a serious problem, okay?